Hey guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I like to do is to have you pause the video and focus on which deck is resonating with you. And we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. All right, you have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Swords, overall energies, the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Okay. So your focus could be on responsibility. You might be in a position where, you have to give instruction or advice to others. You might find yourself feeling conservative and maybe in a sense restricted. Maybe you're feeling as if you have to follow the rules, or you have to be in line with some sort of structure that's in place. It could be that you're, being interviewed or getting ready to be promoted, or you're maybe being invited to do something. It's like, okay, well, let's test this out. Let's see how you work in this role. So I kind of feel like you're also dealing with career. And also because of that, I feel like you are under a microscope. I feel like you're being observed and people are taking notes and just seeing how you handle certain things. Maybe you are being asked to be the ambassador or the face of something. And yeah, I feel like people are watching you. And so you might feel, a little bit of anxiety or nervous because, you feel like you need to do what they're asking you to do. And maybe you're trying your best not to do something how you would do it if, you were fully in charge. But it's just like maybe hard trying to find that balance of following the rules, but also incorporating your way. Sometimes that may be like an issue for teachers too. So it's like you want to bring certain books or have your students read certain type of books, or you would like to run your class a certain type of way. But if it's not in alignment with that order, then it's like, no, like your students can't read that book. You can't teach class that way, so there could be some challenges when it comes to authority, especially if you feel like, well, if I'm in charge or if I'm the one elected to do X, Y, Z, why can't I do it this way? I kind of feel like you're also overthinking things, or maybe somebody's trying to put you in a box and you don't want to be in the box. In regards to relationships, somebody could be getting cold feet when it comes to commitment. I don't know if it's you or your partner, but I feel like somebody is starting to get nervous. Somebody is like starting to feel like wow, is this what commitment is going to be like? Am I going to be stuck doing XYZ? Do I always have to appear this way? Do I have to change my appearance, my schedule, my whatever? And so I feel like, you know, having to conform could start to weigh on you. And I forgot which reading I did. I don't know if that was weekend readings or if that was something on my Patreon, but I'm feeling like a similar energy where it's like you are excited about something at first. You're like, yeah, I want to do this job, or yeah, I want to do XYZ. And then the more they explain it to you, you start to think like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I'm ready. I will say that you could be in your own way, or like these just might be your own insecurities that you have to overcome. Like you're just getting overwhelmed. Maybe something sounds more difficult than it actually is. It feels like something is gonna go on hold as well. I don't know what you're having to wait for or what is this delay is, but it seems like something's going to be placed on hold. That also might be what's making you nervous or anxious. Maybe you're trying to go on a trip. Maybe you applied to something and now it seems like they found something in your background and you've got to wait until something clears. So there could be some anxiety because something's on hold. Also could be some kind of anxiety in regards to some sort of results coming back. Like maybe you took some sort of test, or you went in for some sort of routine blood work and they contacted you with only partial information. Something's making you nervous about what's going to happen or what's going to be said or what's going to be revealed to you. I feel like spiritually it's time for you to evolve, but and it shows that you're ready to evolve. It shows that, more esoteric knowledge will be revealed to you because you have experienced certain things or you've gone through certain things. So now you're being granted access to some sort of valuable knowledge. But something's happening where, I don't know. Well, once it's revealed to you, you end up like looking at certain things just completely different. You're like, oh, wow, I just see this in a different light now, or I see people in a different light. But it is kind of like you're having some sort of an awakening. You also may need to let go of something. Seems like you are closed-minded. It's something that you've been locked into believing, and you need to free your mind. I'm getting like a caged mind. Some of you also might start to feel like there's a target on you. In regards to something metaphysical, I feel like maybe someone is remote viewing you, or you are having to learn how to remote view. You also could find yourself like straddling the fence and not wanting to make some sort of decision. There may be something significant in regards to a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or an earth sign towards Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like somebody also wants to do something without getting their hands dirty. It's like, I want to do XYZ, or I want to participate in something, but I don't want my hands dirty. And I feel like you might want to get around something, or you want to do it if you could get around some part that maybe you don't agree with. On a mundane level, there is a possibility that someone is being restrained or being detained. Um, Somebody might be waiting to be released. Somebody's like maybe being held um, in a cell or something, or being detained, being questioned about something. There is a possibility that someone is being seen as a nuisance. There could be some discussion going on in regards to family, or the family is possibly needing to come together for something. Family may need to arrange something, or family could be coming together for a family business and needs to get rules and regulations in order. Family could be coming together for a funeral. Someone could be preparing a will. Also, if this has already happened, then it's likely certain things are being sorted out amongst the family. Um, but it still seems like it has to do with like a will or something that was put into place. I'm trying to see if someone is needing some sort of medical results, either to claim some sort of benefits like, what do you call it? Unemployment or retirement or workers' compensation. Something in regards to benefits. I think that's Social Security that kind of makes you jump through loops to prove that you can get disability. Somebody might be waiting, trying to get some sort of disability, and is having to go through a lot of red tape. Also, someone may be waiting to receive news about their like a diagnosis, but it feels like, is someone going to be clinically diagnosed as having, some sort of mental disorder, anxiety or depression or something like that. Spiritually, I don't know, I kind of feel like something's going on with spirits. I don't know if someone is thinking about going into something where you work with spirits. If it's not on the spiritual side, then maybe, what is that called? When you have to go, something like criminal investigation, but I forget what it's called. It's on the tip of my tongue, when you have to go and to it, like crime scenes, forensic scientist, like something like that, forensic analysis, something like that. I don't know if that is also what maybe somebody is dealing with. But it does seem like someone could be dealing with the dead or spirits. Your life could be forever changed by your career, whether it's your current one or a future one. In a love situation, I feel that someone is wanting to approach you, but because they are traditional and diplomatic, I feel like they want to wait until they are officially divorced. So for the time being, they're just going to stay in your energy, but they won't come forward until these documents are signed and they can say that they are divorced. Someone doesn't want to be like, I'm in the middle of a divorce. They just want to have a clean slate. Yeah, somebody is being held back because of some sort of technicality, or it's like, technically I'm divorced, but because I didn't receive this, or technically I start on this date, but because of XYZ. So I feel like somebody is being held back on some sort of technicality. I just feel like somebody's getting nervous about being on hold or having something delayed. Feels like you're also getting ready to take the initiative to move forward with something that you've been dreaming about. Again, I'm getting an energy of someone waiting for something to come to an end officially. There could definitely be an earth sign that feels trapped or stuck in their situation, or an earth sign seems to be just in your energy, like maybe you can't stop thinking about them. Now, it does look like maybe someone is saying something to string you along, or to prevent you from letting go or moving on from them. It just kind of seems like maybe someone pops up at the right time, just at the right time. As soon as they feel like you're getting ready to move on from them, they pop up and say something, and then you feel like, was that a sign from the universe? Like, am I just supposed to stay, or am I supposed to, so it seems like that happens. Like every time you are starting to feel liberated from someone, you get assaulted with thoughts and memories of this person or something, especially if it's because they are reaching out to you. Also, like I was talking about, somebody doesn't want to get dirty. I don't know if somebody is playing dirty, or if they want what they want, they have to play dirty. All right. Moving on to deck number 2. You have the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, overall energy, Page of Swords, Judgment, and Devil. Okay. I feel like maybe you have been trying to set a boundary with a person or a situation that has been consuming you. Or maybe you're coming to the realization that you have an unhealthy attachment to someone or something, or you've become very codependent, and it seems like something is being brought to your attention, and you were like, I need to do something about this. I need to do XYZ. So I feel like you are trying to detach or trying to break free from a situation that has a hold on you. I kind of feel like you're also being more vocal. Maybe you felt restricted, like you weren't allowed to speak about certain things, and now you are able to. I feel that words might end up hurting people. Um, Not because someone is being mean or spiteful. Someone is just maybe like you go from saying just a little bit of this or just speaking, making little comments to just like having a full blown opinion about something. And it's like, oh, like, well, I didn't mean for that to hurt your feelings, or I didn't mean for you to take it that way. So it's just that you might have to watch your words, or maybe there is no tiptoeing. You just say what you have to say, regardless. It's going to hurt no matter how you deliver something. It still just might come off painful to somebody. Now, it also could be reversed, that somebody is saying something to you that is very hurtful. You also might be talking about things that are painful. So maybe you're talking about matters of the heart, things that have broken you in the past. Maybe you feel like it's time to talk about these things. It's time to talk about that situation that hurt me, or that person that hurt me. Yeah, I kind of feel like you're actually breathing or saying something. You might find yourself expressing how you feel or your thoughts, but then go back and retreat. Maybe you feel like you've said too much, or that you were too vulnerable. And so you might, you know, try to hide or just become quiet after saying something. It's also kind of looking like you are speaking your truth, but somebody is still refusing to speak theirs. And they're just kind of like, well, that's nice, well, I'm not ready to talk about XYZ, or, well, that's your perspective. Like somebody might be a little stubborn and not want to hold themselves accountable. I kind of feel like you might hold your tongue after something is said. You're like, well, I'm not being honest anymore. Like, I thought I could be honest. I'm not talking about that anymore. And it just kind of looks like you go back away or become quiet again. Um, Also, if someone is acting a little weird, it might be because of something that you said, and you might be like, why are they acting like that? And you don't know that you said something that, I don't know, they feel some type of way about. There may be something significant about an air sign, an earth sign, but more so Capricorn, and a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So another thing I'm getting is that there is an ex that is trying to get your attention, but I feel like you're not interested. I feel like you don't want to hear from this person. I feel like someone betrayed you or broke your trust, and you just don't want to talk to them anymore. Um, you might even boldly tell this person that you don't want to be with them, or say something hurtful. Um, but they're still, I don't know, they still are trying to pursue you anyway, especially if they're a fire sign. Mm. And then ultimately, you might find yourself just wanting to be left alone, because you just want your peace. And if anybody's going to disturb your peace, you just don't want it. You're like, I could stay to myself. So I feel like at the end of the day, you just want to be to yourself, or you just want to have peace. And I do feel like you're going to be happy. Any decisions that you're making, you could cut people off or hurt people. But at the end of the day, I feel like you don't care. You're like, it's my decision. I'm at peace with it. Your happiness is your focus. I feel like your confidence is also being restored. You also might treat yourself to something because you're proud of yourself. You're like, I deserve this. And so I feel like you're going to indulge in something that makes you feel good or makes you happy. I'm seeing a girl that either has hairy arms or veiny arms. There's a possibility that there is a fire sign that is just thinking about you and wants to bring up the past, or it's like they're extending an olive branch. So they're trying to make peace with you. But I feel like you don't really care, or you don't really like them. Yeah, I feel like you just still want to keep your distance. You also might be fearless when it comes to speaking from the heart, because I feel like you are talking directly to your enemies and you don't care what they have to say. There's a I said what I said attitude coming from this. You could either become emotionally triggered. Yeah, you can either become emotionally triggered by something that someone says to you, or you see something that makes you feel some type of way. Again, it looks like there's something about trust issues that resurface. If you've been holding back, you never told somebody how you really felt or how they hurt you, I feel like you're going to do that. It's possible that somebody might be revealing a secret, like you're not aware of how this person felt. I just feel like somebody needs to say their piece. They're like, let me just say this and I'm not going to say anything ever again. So I feel like somebody needs to say their piece. Okay, so somebody is still holding on to the past. Um, this could be some sort of self pity or self shame. I feel like somebody is still holding on to the past. It could be you, or maybe you're unaware that somebody's been holding on to a grudge in regards to you. Well, I mean, if you're stuck in the past, try your best not to be that way. Try to release it. Because emotionally, I feel like you could be creating some sort of block. I feel like you're needing to let go. Also, if one person broke your heart, it doesn't mean that everybody else will. And it could be that you are currently in a place where you don't trust anybody. And so you're not allowing the right person to come in. I feel like they'll be there for you when you're ready to receive, but right now maybe you're just like too guarded because of that past person. There's still some sort of emotional baggage that someone is holding on to. I still feel like somebody is still holding on to some sort of guilt as well, like the burden of guilt, and wants to know how they can like release it. I feel like somebody's still dealing with some sort of skeletons in their closet. But it seems emotional. Maybe you never forgave yourself for how something ended or for letting something in. Maybe you felt like you could have stopped it, or like you missed an opportunity to make a better outcome. I'm sure something is not your fault because it looks like it was destined to play out the way it did. It was destined to come to an end, whatever this is. Something also looks like going down a rabbit hole and just feeling emotionally drained by the things that you're discovering. It's also possible that someone from a distance feels bad about something that they did to you or said to you. I feel like there's something in regards to a fire sign and an air sign coming together. Maybe it initially starts off platonic, or maybe you meet through a mutual acquaintance, um, or maybe someone is trying to intentionally match you with somebody. But yeah, I feel like these two energies are coming together. Um, or maybe you're deciding to get to know someone after shutting people out in the past. Like maybe you're becoming more open to dating, especially connecting with either a fire sign or an air sign. I feel like somebody's going to pay you a nice compliment. Another thing I'm getting is that you could be invited to something, and I feel like you're going to go, but you could meet a love interest to this place that you've been invited to. Whether it's a career fair or it's, a house party or housewarming, whatever the case, you might meet someone there. I feel like there's going to be good news in regards to an earth sign. I also feel like somebody's going to be proud of themselves because they were able to orchestrate something. And they were like, oh, I did a good job. Like, I should do that again because it worked. Yeah, you could be patting yourself on your back for something that you do. I feel like like I said, you're going to be rewarding yourself for some reason. For some reason. All right, moving on to deck number 3. You have the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the Hierophant, 3 of Wands, overall energy, 5 of Wands, King of Cups, and Queen of Cups. Okay, so initially, I feel like maybe you are frustrated with something, or you feel like you're being blocked. If this is a love situation, there's an indication that the people who are attracted to each other are trying to push each other away, or there's some sort of push-pull energy between these two people. There could be some kind of sexual tension boiling up. If it's not love related, it still seems to be something boiling beneath the surface within you. There's some sort of tension. I feel like something needs to give. Something is becoming too straining or too tense. I do feel that you will have that peace, though. before something boils over. Whatever whatever you're tense about, I feel like you finding a way to alleviate it. I see you being more stress free and finding gratitude. Kind of getting in touch or in tune with your inner self, nature. I feel like you're going to find your happy space. Now, I feel like somebody's also trying to create something for other people. It's like, oh, this worked for me. I'm gonna bottle it up and sell it to other people. I can help other people have calmness or peace too. So if it is that you're into creating products, it could be that you get into creating something that could help people. Maybe you're having to test it out on yourself first. And if it works, you kind of market it. I feel like there could also be some sort of changes coming when it comes to your career. Maybe you're looking for more of a work-life balance. Maybe you're deciding to leave the corporate world behind and do what you want to do. Or you simply just like need a vacation. So you take some sort of break or you put your request in for a vacation. But I feel like somebody is not happy with their work. And then going back to the frustration, it could be that the universe is purposely putting you in uncomfortable situations to try and get you to change or leave. And it does look like at some point you will walk away from something that just no longer works for you. You might have some sort of emotional breakthrough. I feel like somebody could go to a retreat as well, some sort of spiritual retreat, or maybe you want to start holding spiritual retreats, or having people come to you to help find their inner peace. You might be, I'm hearing like accepting applications for lost souls. You're like, I'm taking on applications. Like, come to me, let me help you find your way. You might have to get out of your comfort zone and become a leader or advisor. Maybe you normally like to blend in with the crowd, or maybe you're the one that prefers to follow instructions, but maybe there's something changing in your life where you're the one that is giving instructions to people. I feel like you're also praying on something. You're like, let me pray on it. Let me make sure that this is what I need to do. If you are an independent worker or entrepreneur, I feel like someone wants to go into business with you or wants to do business with you. something about your future is left to be seen. It's like to be continued. Like, we'll see what happens next. I still feel like you are going to do something to elevate yourself, especially career-wise. You're going to do something and then you're like, well, let's see what happens next. I did my part. Let's see what happens next, and then I'll go to the next plan of action. I don't know why I'm getting someone that might start hosting events. It might be very outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you are an introvert or something. And I kind of feel like you might find yourself hosting events and giving direction and teaching people in some way. Something that's part of your future, your destiny. Maybe you also had some sort of vision about it. When it comes to love, I feel like maybe there's been some kind of frustration and the loss of hope to find someone, or or maybe someone is like no longer believing in relationships. But I feel like that's going to turn around. I feel like someone's faith is going to be restored and someone becomes more optimistic about their future when it comes to love. Yeah, I feel like you are, in a sense, like praying for peace, praying for an answer, praying for a happy ending. I kind of feel like you're also, in a sense, manifesting something. You might go from having anxiety and confusion to a state of peace and fulfillment. Something happens where you feel like this is a dream come true. I never imagined this could be my reality. Now, for some of you, it still kind of looks like you're hiding something that you're working on, or you're doing something in secret. You might be reading about different herbs, or trying to see if you can treat some sort of condition without traditional medicine, or outside the pharmacy. Like you're doing some sort of research and playing around with different herbs. Also, if something starts to bother you, I feel like you start keeping yourself busy. Something on the news or in the media might be making you sad and making you feel like you don't want to watch TV or you don't want to watch this and that. You're like, that's sad. And I feel like you're trying to move on from something that's making you sad. You might also be journaling about things that you've gone through, or finding creative ways to express yourself. Okay, something about a relationship. There's somebody that wants you to know that their relationship is a facade and that they're not happy. They're just keeping up appearances or something is for show. This also could be how you are feeling, like you feel like you're just in a relationship for status or for out of obligation, but just really unhappy. Somebody is really unhappy behind the scenes, but they're really good at hiding it or covering it up. It's possible that somebody is with a water sign, but they're just not happy. I do feel like somebody wants to leave their relationship. Now, a couple might go to counseling. Yeah. I feel like a couple is going to go to counseling to try and fix it. I feel like somebody is having anxiety about going to therapy. Going back to someone being in a position where they're giving advice. I feel like somebody is nervous about that. Excuse me, they're nervous about being a leader or being looked up to. Maybe someone is feeling like this is a lot of pressure. You might find yourself sharing a secret with others. Now, I feel like somebody is also learning about something spiritual, like trying to learn or practice telekinesis. I feel like someone also maybe has a literal wand and is putting their energy into this wand and just trying to do something magical. It's like, let me see what I can do with the power of thought. In a love situation, I feel like somebody's family watches you or keeps tabs on you, and then they report back to your potential love interests. They're telling them what you said. I don't feel like it's to hurt you. I almost feel like somebody is trying to help their family member come together with another person. Also, somebody from a distance may be thinking about coming to where you are. They're thinking about changing their life, and wants you to take them under their wing. More so, kind of like showing them a way, the way around the city. Yeah, I feel like it's either a friend or a family member. And I feel like this person is giving up. They're giving up their past and they're coming to be closer to you. Yeah, they're going to need a lot of advice. They're like, can you show me where to live? Can you show me, where they're hiring? Can you show me blah, blah, blah? So you might find yourself helping out someone who feels lost or someone who's starting over. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.